between 60 and 75, aging does not announce itself loudly, it settles in quietly. But if certain daily habits still guide your choices, your pace, and your outlook, you are not simply growing older, you are aging with intention, strength, and quiet grace. There comes a point between 60 and 75 when aging stops feeling theoretical and begins to feel personal. Not dramatic, not alarming, just present. You notice small adjustments. Perhaps you rise a little more slowly from bed. Perhaps you read the label more carefully under brighter light. Perhaps you plan your week with more intention than you once did. These are not signs of decline. They are signs of awareness. And in this season of awareness, certain habits quietly determine whether these years feel heavy or graceful. One of the most powerful is the simple habit of moving your body every day. Movement in these years is not about competition. It is not about reclaiming a younger version of yourself. It is about preserving what already belongs to you. A steady walk in the morning, gentle stretching before bed, light gardening, carrying groceries without strain. These acts may seem ordinary, but they send a message to the body. We are still using you. Muscles respond to use even in later decades. Balance improves when challenged gently. Joints remain more flexible when they are not ignored. Daily movement keeps circulation steady and posture upright. More than that, it builds confidence. When you trust your legs to carry you down the steps and across the yard, your world stays larger. You are less hesitant to visit a friend, attend a gathering, or run an errand. Independence grows from simple physical capability. There is also a quiet emotional benefit to daily movement. The body holds tension, worry, and memory. Gentle activity releases that tension. A short walk can clear the mind. A stretch can soften frustration. Those who maintain this habit often feel steadier, not just physically, but emotionally. They understand that the body does not need intensity, it needs consistency, and consistency creates stability. As physical movement anchors the body, another habit preserves something equally precious: mental clarity. Protecting the mind does not require grand effort. It requires engagement, reading a few pages each day, following a conversation fully, learning how to use a new device, even if slowly, asking questions, remaining curious about the world. The mind thrives on stimulation. When it is left idle for too long, it begins to soften. But when gently challenged, it remains sharp far longer than many expect. Slower recall does not mean lost intelligence. Taking a moment to find the right word does not mean decline. What matters is participation. If you still engage with ideas, if you still reflect on your own thoughts, if you still consider different perspectives, you are protecting your mental vitality. Conversation plays a special role. Speaking and listening exercise memory, attention, and empathy all at once. Even simple exchanges at the grocery store or with a neighbor keep the mind active. Many people between 60 and 75 fear cognitive decline. That fear can create withdrawal, but staying mentally engaged often reduces that fear. Protecting clarity also means respecting rest. Mental fatigue is real. There is wisdom in stepping away from noise, in allowing the brain quiet moments. The habit is not constant stimulation. It is balanced engagement. And engagement leads naturally to another essential habit: maintaining meaningful connections. Connection is not automatic in this stage of life. Children may live far away. Friends may retire to different states. Social circles can shrink quietly. The graceful response is not to retreat, it is to reach. Staying connected may require intention now. Scheduling lunch instead of waiting for an invitation. Calling someone just to check in. Joining a community group, even if it feels unfamiliar at first. Relationships do not need to be many to be meaningful. One or two steady connections can nourish deeply. Human beings remain social at every age. We are shaped by shared laughter, shared sorrow, shared stories. When connection fades, something inside grows quiet. Those who age gracefully tend to guard their connections. They do not assume relationships will maintain themselves. They invest in them. Connection also builds resilience. It provides perspective during difficulty. It offers support when energy feels low. There is vulnerability in staying connected. It requires admitting need at times, accepting help, expressing emotion. Yet vulnerability often strengthens relationships rather than weakening them. As connections evolve, life continues to change. Bodies shift, roles shift, expectations shift. This is where the habit of adapting without resisting change becomes crucial. Between 60 and 75, change is constant but subtle. Perhaps you need reading glasses now. Perhaps you schedule more medical appointments than before. Perhaps you downsize your home or adjust your routine. Graceful aging does not mean pretending these changes are insignificant. It means responding without bitterness. Adaptation requires humility. It asks you to acknowledge what is different, but it also invites creativity. If long trips feel exhausting, shorter outings may bring equal joy. If heavy lifting strains your back, lighter tasks can still bring satisfaction. If certain social settings overwhelm, quieter gatherings may nourish more deeply. Resisting every change drains energy. Accepting change frees energy. Those who adapt tend to experience less frustration. They do not measure their worth against a younger version of themselves. They recognize that each decade has its own shape. Adaptation also includes emotional flexibility, letting go of old grudges, releasing comparisons, allowing new interests to replace old ones. There is strength in saying, "This is different now, and I can work with that." And when adaptation becomes natural, life begins to feel purposeful again. Purpose does not retire when you do. The habit of living with purpose each day protects dignity and motivation. Purpose may look different now than it did at 40. It may not involve a career or public achievement. It may live quietly in small acts, caring for a garden, volunteering a few hours a week, cooking for family gatherings, writing letters, mentoring someone younger, learning a skill that once seemed out of reach. Purpose gives direction to time. Without it, days can blur together. With it, mornings carry intention. When you wake up knowing there is something to tend to, something to contribute, something to look forward to, you carry energy differently. Purpose strengthens resilience. It makes setbacks easier to absorb. It keeps identity intact beyond job titles or roles. Even reflection can be purposeful. Sharing stories of your life, recording family history, offering advice when asked. These acts matter more than many realize. Those who age gracefully understand that purpose does not need applause. It needs meaning, and meaning deepens when gratitude enters the picture. The habit of practicing gratitude and inner peace may be the quiet foundation beneath all the others. Gratitude at this age is not blind optimism. It is informed by experience. It has seen hardship. It has endured loss. Yet it still chooses to notice what remains good. A warm cup of coffee in the morning, a familiar voice on the phone, the comfort of your own home. These small things, when appreciated, anchor peace. Inner peace grows from acceptance, accepting that time moves forward, accepting that not everything can be controlled, accepting that imperfection is part of life. This does not mean ignoring problems. It means not allowing them to dominate every thought. Those who cultivate gratitude tend to sleep more peacefully. They carry less resentment. They focus on what they can influence and release what they cannot. Between 60 and 75, there is still much life ahead. The years are not an ending. They are a continuation. If you still move your body regularly, engage your mind thoughtfully, maintain meaningful connections, adapt without resistance, live with purpose, and practice gratitude, you are aging with grace, not because everything is easy, not because nothing aches, but because your habits reflect intention. Graceful aging is not an accident. It is the result of quiet, daily choices. And if those habits are already part of your life, then this season is not a decline. It is a refinement of strength, of clarity, of connection, a refinement of who you have always been, carried forward with dignity.